Christmas time. Happy holiday. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Madison here, or Dandelion. Today we are doing something fun. A couple years ago, I did a video here on my channel that was my favorite Halloween films and television shows and episodes of television shows. I had a lot of fun making that, and it was fun to hear from everyone else their favorite Halloween films and television shows and episodes of television shows. So I thought I would do the same thing this year for Yule, for Christmas time, for the holiday season. So that's what this video is. It's gonna be my favorite films for the holiday time. And I don't think I forgot any, so hopefully I remembered them all when I was making my list. So my channel is mostly witchy stuff, but I am also a filmmaker. So sometimes I gotta talk about my favorite films and TV shows, guys. I just gotta. And that video of my favorite Halloween time films and TV shows is linked in the Dropbox and above. And remember to comment your favorite holiday films and your favorite episodes of shows that are holiday themed. And remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy my channel and you think this video is fun. Little disclaimer before we get started about me so you understand where I'm coming from. I was raised kind of religionless, but my parents were raised Christian. So we were Methodist, but we never went to church. So I grew up calling it Christmas because that's the society I live in. It's a Christian-based society. And we weren't religious, but I grew up calling it Christmas. And when I got older, I discovered Wicca and paganism when I was 16. So once I became an adult, I started celebrating Yule also. So sometimes I talk about Yule, sometimes I talk about Christmas. I kind of use the words interchangeably for the holiday season. And I tend to be more of a happy holidays person versus Merry Christmas or Blessed Yule or whatever. Just to include everybody, because I know how annoying it is when people are just like, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And I'm like, Christmas was a ripoff of Yule. So I get it, but that's where I'm coming from. So you'll hear me say Christmas, the holidays, Yule, I'll say them all. So let's get into the list. The first one on the list is the first film that I ever remember really watching around the holiday season. It's my earliest memory of watching a holiday film, and that is White Christmas. This movie's amazing. This movie's iconic. It's filled with iconic people. I do have to say that there is some problematic stuff within it, which is important to talk about because we can still enjoy these things that are iconic and important to us, but we also have to acknowledge the history and the problematicness. And I'm speaking specifically of one scene where they're doing a performance, and the whole performance is about minstrel shows. And minstrel shows were racist. A lot of blackface in minstrel shows, a lot of really messed up stuff in minstrel shows. So that's an unfortunate thing that we have to acknowledge with this film, and every time I watch it, I'm like, but it is an iconic film, so many iconic moments. Vera Ellen, amazing. This film is one of the films that sparked my love for dance as a child. I was a competitive dancer for 13 years. So my love for dance comes from this film, at least partially, for sure. Watching Vera Ellen dance, completely just awestruck. And of course, Rosemary Clooney, gorgeous icon, beautiful voice. She actually sang for both herself and Vera Ellen. And then of course, you know, the guys are good too. But so many iconic songs, so many songs that are permanently stuck in my head. And this movie is the movie that my family and I always put on when we decorate for the holidays. So when it comes time after Thanksgiving to decorate the house, that's the film we put on while we decorate. Next on the list is Elf. Do I really need to say anything? This is a classic. This is a staple of the holiday season, and everybody loves this film. It's so funny. You know, Will Ferrell is hilarious no matter what. Also, I was watching this film recently, and I was realizing that one of the things I love about it so much is all the jazz in it. Like a lot of the Christmas songs are jazzy, or they use jazz songs as Christmas songs, and I love that. It gives it a really warm, homey vibe to me. Might just be because it reminds me of my dad, because my dad loved jazz. But yeah, this film is amazing. So many iconic moments, so many quotable moments that I'm constantly saying throughout my life. Next film, Jingle All The Way. I love this movie. This is one of those movies that a lot of people, when I bring it up, they don't know what it is, but it is so good. The whole concept of Turbo Man, obsessed. The whole scene where he is Turbo Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Turbo Man. I don't need to know anything else about this movie. Sign me up. Use your jetpack, Turbo Man. The next one is my favorite Christmas movie of all time, and that is Scrooge. This, in my opinion, is the best iteration of Scrooge that has ever occurred. It is a musical, and just like White Christmas, these songs get stuck in my head. I sing them all year round. The song about hating people, yep, sing that. The song about loving life, sing that for sure. Basically every single song. There's not a single song in that film that I don't get stuck in my head and end up singing throughout my life. But it is so good. The acting is amazing, and it's also like just wonderfully camp. Really special in that way. It's not like a lot of things that get made, you know, more recently and nowadays, where they take themselves very seriously, and everything has to be a certain way that the industry decided it should be. This movie is, like, in my opinion, a breath of fresh air. It's very unique, it's very special, it's very wholesome, and it's very artistic. You can see the expression of all the artists that worked on it, from the actors to the people behind the camera. They all put so much into it, and it is so good. I think it's the best Christmas movie ever. My family and I watch this film every Christmas Eve. It's kind of our tradition to watch this the night before we get to open presents. Next one is 3-in-1. All three Santa Clauses. So all three of the Santa Claus movies, so good. Why is Tim Allen in so many Christmas movies? I don't know, but I'm not mad about it. I haven't checked out the TV show. I've heard some weird things because I know Tim Allen is like a very conservative person. So I've heard some weird things about being in the TV show. Like, I heard that there was a moment where he says, "Oh, you can't say Merry Christmas anymore," which Santa would never say that. So that's offensive to me and the whole community. But these movies are so good. The first one especially, you know, has that special something, you know, the first one of a franchise that really hits so well that they make more. Oh my God, I love them so much. Such a good vibe. Remind me so much of my childhood watching those as a kid. A lot of great quotable moments too, especially in the second one. I love all three of these so much. If I had to rank them from most favorite to least favorite, they would go in order. First Santa Claus would be my top one, second Santa Claus would be second place, and the third Santa Claus would be in third place. So I think that's how I would rank them. You can let me know in the comments if you would rank them differently. Next, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Obviously, this is a necessity for the holiday season. You gotta watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That poor little guy went through so much, and we love him. we love him so much. You know, classic outsider finds a home story. And again, a lot of really good songs that get stuck in your head. A lot of really good quotable moments. I love the whole concept of that elf wanting to be a dentist instead of a toy maker. It's my favorite thing. It makes no sense, and I love it. It's so funny. Again, this one is another holiday film that has a little sprinkling of camp on it. Next on the list is The Year Without a Santa Claus. I love this movie. Obviously, we have the iconic Heat Miser and Snow Miser, the songs and the feud, which is just, I can't have a holiday season without it. Again, those songs get stuck in my head, and I will be singing them all day, every day after I watch this movie. Even without watching the movie, it's in my head, and I'm probably singing it as I'm going about my day. And also that whole montage where they're singing, it's like a child version of Blue Christmas, and they're all sad that Santa canceled Christmas. It gets me every time. I shed a tear. I'm ashamed to say it, but I shed a tear. That gets me. It makes me feel very nostalgically sad. But such a good movie, and I love this style of film. I'm pretty sure it's claymation, but I will check before I say that on the internet. I love stop motion and anything like that, so I love this style. Next, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Duh. Of course, Jim Carrey is an icon. I don't know how he existed in all that makeup and wardrobe for as long as he did. I would have lost my shit. So iconic, such an iconic performance, and just an amazing film. Every single person who's in that film delivers, and it's again another staple of the holiday season. You gotta watch it at Christmas time. And of course, in The Grinch, so many iconic, really quotable moments. Next on the list, Christmas Vacation. So I actually have some of the items here in our little Christmas village that my sister and I have that are from Christmas Vacation, like the RV, Cousin Eddie emptying the shitter. Also the Griswold family house right here. So we're obviously big fans of Christmas Vacation. Really, really good movie. Again, just iconic. Nothing more needs to be said. Next one, this one is a lesser known one, and it's a Diva Christmas Carol. I love this movie, and it is nowhere. The only place you can watch it is when they sometimes play it on cable during the holiday season, and if you have the DVD. So I own the DVD, but the whole song that's in it called Heartquake is such a bop. I sing it all the time. It's not available anywhere. Like, it's not on Spotify, it's not on iTunes, it's only on SoundCloud. But oh my God, I love this movie. It is so good. It's my second place Scrooge. It's really unlike all the other types of Scrooge movies, and that's what I really love about it. Yeah, Heartquake, amazing song. Really undervalued song. Next, Christmas with the Cranks. Such a good movie. Another Christmas movie with Tim Allen in it. I don't know why, but so good. Such a fun movie. Again, super quotable, very iconic. So many things, so many lines that I just say throughout my day when it's appropriate. And hello, Jamie Lee Curtis. Do I need to say anything else? Next is Surviving Christmas. I love this movie. It is so good. Lots of iconic people in this movie also, but specifically Catherine O'Hara. Yes, anything with Catherine O'Hara, sign me up. But of course, James Gandolfini, so many iconic people. And I actually recently learned that this film was a flop in the theater. Like, it did not make money, probably because of all the iconic people on the cast. They paid all those iconic people and then they didn't make enough to make up the difference and turn a profit. But it is such a good movie. So many movies that are really, really good don't do well in the theater. So it's not really a judge for an accurate measure for if a movie's good or not. There are a lot of movies who do really well in the theater that suck. So yeah, but this is such a good movie. Again, iconic, really quotable moments. So many things that my family and I say at the holiday season whenever we get the chance to quote it perfectly. Next, Home Alone. So everybody loves this movie. Such a good movie. Again, iconic, legendary, a staple of the holiday season, and so many quotable moments, just like all the other iconic holiday films. And I've actually never seen the sequels to Home Alone, so feel free to yell at me in the comments if you're somebody who really likes the sequels to Home Alone. And maybe if there's enough comments, it'll convince me to watch them. But I've only ever seen the first one, and the first one is amazing. I'm a big Joe Pesci fan also, so I love that he's in it, and it's just so funny. I love a holiday movie that is heartfelt and lovely in that holiday way, but it's also hilarious. Next, some more recent films. Both of the Christmas Chronicle movies on Netflix. Love these. Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn, I'm sold. Why is he's so attractive as Santa Claus? Like, why are they the two most attractive Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus people? It's just, oh my God. And my favorite thing about these movies is how they honor the pagan roots of Christmas, of Yule, of the holiday season. It's so well told. I love the way they did all of it. And of course, I love the little animated creatures that they have as elves. It is just so cute. And my sister and I will constantly be like, true believer. We love to do that. We love to use that for things. But it's such good movies and really great music in it too. The next one on the list is really special to me because it is something that reminds me of my father, reminds me of my childhood. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll probably know because I've talked about it in several videos, but my dad died when I was 21. So this film is something that I watch every year. Me and my family watch every year on Christmas as part of our tradition that we started when we were kids because my dad loved Charlie Brown. So on Christmas every year, we watch the Charlie Brown Christmas special. And I love this one. There is a point in the middle, kind of toward the end, where they do talk about the Christian meaning of Christmas, which a lot of the time I kind of fast forward through just because I don't need that. But other than that, I absolutely love it. Has that iconic dancing scene where all the animations are dancing in ridiculous ways. And I have so many memories of watching it with my dad and him laughing at specific points that always made him chuckle. The next one is not technically a holiday film, but I always watch it around the holiday season. I think a lot of people would say that's not a Christmas movie, but I disagree. It does happen at the holiday time. And that is Last Holiday. I'm a huge Queen Latifah fan because every self-respecting human being is. What is not to like about Queen Latifah? But this movie is so good. Like, I'm obsessed with this movie. I'm obsessed with the music in this movie. Really great music choices and just a really fun concept. Like, everybody loves a shopping montage. Everybody loves a cooking montage. Everybody loves a journey into the self. It is so, so good. So many beautiful places in the film also with her traveling to another place. Just such a good movie. Really funny and really heartfelt, really heartwarming. Next is another one that has a special place in my heart, The Polar Express. I've seen a lot of people talking shit about this movie, specifically the animation of the movie. People say that it's really poorly animated or that they hate the animation style. And I understand the animation style is definitely not my favorite. I have seen that clip where, in that one scene where Santa comes out on his sleigh, the elf that has no legs in the animation. It's really funny. I had never noticed it before, but now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. But it's a really good movie. I love it so much. And again, it has a special place in my heart because the first time I ever saw The Polar Express was in the theater with my dad. So it always reminds me of my dad. It makes me feel closer to my dad at the holiday time because of course the holiday time is hard when you have a loved one who has passed away. And also, I just really enjoy it as a movie. The whole hot chocolate scene, amazing. Have to have hot chocolate when you watch The Polar Express. And again, gets stuck in my head. I'll be singing it all the time. And that whole scene where they're singing that sad song, the kids are singing at the back of the train. I think it's called like When Christmas Comes to Town. But oh my God, that song makes me cry. That song makes me just weep. The next one is Call Me Claus. This one is Whoopi Goldberg as Santa. I don't have to say anything else. Whoopi Goldberg was like a staple of my childhood. So many things that I watched were Whoopi Goldberg. And this movie is just so good. Like, a black female Santa, you don't have to say anything else to me. I already love it. But it's such a good movie, such a good concept. And obviously Whoopi Goldberg is amazing. The next one is Eloise at Christmas Time. I loved the Eloise films growing up, Eloise at the Plaza and Eloise at Christmas Time, but it is such a good, fun movie. I'm actually right now working on, my room is painted pink, so I was thinking, you know what I should do? I should turn my bedroom into an Eloise at the Plaza Christmas Time fantasy. So that's going to be coming to my channel and I'm going to be posting about it on my Instagram and TikTok too. So check out those links down below in the Dropbox. And Julie Andrews. Again, enough said. Iconic names that do not need further explanation. It's also so funny because as a kid, I loved the concept of like running around a hotel with no parents. I just loved that. Even though in reality as an adult, I'm like, where are your parents? Are you in therapy now, Eloise? I hope you're doing okay. The next one is The Happy Elf. This movie is kind of weird, but I also for some reason really like it. It's an animated film that a lot of people don't know, and it's something that I was shown in elementary school by a music teacher that I had. She was an iconic music teacher, by the way. Shout out to Mrs. Emmons. She's probably no longer with us because she was already old when I had her and I was in elementary school. But everybody loved her. She was a really beautiful soul, really amazing person. And she would, at Christmas time, play us the Happy Elf during class. It reminds me of being a kid and being in a fun class with a teacher that I liked, which wasn't a lot of my school experience. So it makes me feel warm and fuzzy. I'm autistic, so one thing that I went through as a kid was I had this thing where I couldn't fall asleep without a movie playing. And for a while as a kid, the movie that I had to have playing was The Happy Elf. So it just makes me feel really warm and comfy and cozy and happy. And it has some fun music in it too. And it's got some funny moments. Again, it's a little quirky and weird, but once you embrace it, it's really funny. The next one, oh my God, this one is so special to me. And again, I don't know if this is technically categorized as a holiday film, but it is to me. And it does happen during the holidays, so I guess that makes it a holiday film. But that is the Tangerine Bear. This movie is another staple of my childhood. I watched this every holiday season. I used to watch it even not around the holidays. I was really obsessed with it as a kid. And a lot of great songs in it that, again, get stuck in your head, get stuck in my head. I sing them throughout the day. It's so just touching. And I, like that whole initial intro scene with that music, like, doo-doo-doo-doo. It starts that way and then it goes into a whole song. I cry. It's like, it gives me instant nostalgic crying. Like, oh my God, being 5 and watching my little square TV in the living room, sitting on the floor cross-legged, like, oh. The Tangerine Bear is so special to me, makes me cry every time. So now moving on to a couple TV episodes that are holiday themed that are so lovely to me for the holiday season. First is Bob's Burgers. There are several holiday Christmas episodes of Bob's Burgers, but there's one in particular. I will look up the name and put it here because I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But it's the one where, because Linda insisted on putting the tree up super fucking early, they keep having to get a new tree, and their tree dies the night before Christmas. And so they have to go out on Christmas Eve to find a new tree for their house. And of course, it doesn't go easily, but it is so funny. I showed this episode to my mother who had never seen Bob's Burgers before, and she was pissing herself laughing, like hysterical. It's a really great episode. It's definitely one of my favorites. Another show that has great holiday episodes, SpongeBob. I'm always gonna bring up SpongeBob, guys. I just have to. Was I an autistic child? Yeah. Did I watch nothing but SpongeBob? Yeah. 90% of the time it was SpongeBob. All the episodes that are holiday themed for SpongeBob are great. The one where they're having the snowball war, Squidward, Patrick, and SpongeBob, so good. Or the one where it's the very first Christmas in Bikini Bottom because they just found out about Christmas and Santa, so good. I love them so much. So those are all my favorite holiday, Christmas, Yule season movies. I hope that you enjoyed watching this fun little video. I enjoyed making it and sharing this with you all. Leave in the comments your favorite holiday films and TV show episodes so that we can all check out everything that you watch in case we haven't seen it. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. In the new year, I have a lot of exciting things coming to my channel, so you want to be subscribed. And remember, you can hit that join button below this video to become a member of my channel to get access to members-only perks like early access to videos and voting in polls that decide what video I make next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.